afternoon. Thanks for joining our webinar today. I am Kim Rayfelt, Director of Marketing and Public Relations, and I'll be your host today. Our webinars are designed to provide updates on what is new with our Symmetry security management system and our services with the company as a whole. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So we also provide you with an overview of Symmetry's unique features and benefits and help you differentiate your company from others when you partner with us. If you have any questions, please type them into the Q&A box and we will address as many as we can at the end of the webinar. And then we will follow up with any of those that we didn't get to after the webinar. So today we welcome a newcomer to the webinar, Vice President of Sales, Jody Ross. Jody oversees the strategic and national accounts teams here at AMAG. She's going to talk about our Symmetry SR story and give you an overview of the product line and how easy it is to transition to Symmetry. And then I'm happy to welcome back Scott Preshern, Professional Services Team Lead. Scott will talk about the professional services team and how it supports the Symmetry SR sales to ensure a smooth migration or transition. And as always, I will wrap it up with a short marketing update at the end. Excuse me. So AMAG Technology offers a robust, unified, and open security platform that empowers businesses to effectively secure their facilities, meet compliance, and have peace of mind. While access control certainly is the foundation of what we do here at AMAG, the Symmetry security management system also includes video management, identity management, analytics, mobile credentials that is, visitor management, and intrusion. Our solutions help our reseller channel and end users solve security and compliance challenges. The Symmetry security management system, along with our ecosystem of best-of-breed technology partners, operate together to provide a complete solution for you. So all of our webinars and many other types of videos are available on our YouTube channel, which I invite you to subscribe to. Now I'm going to hand it over to Jody, who will give us an overview of the Symmetry SR system.
Thanks, Kim. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. As Kim mentioned, we are going to talk about the AMAG SR series today. Many of you on this call may recall that back in 2011, the manufacturer of the access control platform Casi Picture Perfect announced they would end their support for that product in 2014. This announcement created costly problems for many customers who had invested in the Casi solution. AMAG Technology understood at that time and still understands today the needs of customers in the marketplace that may be facing an end-of-life situation with their current access control solution. In an effort to help these customers with their dilemma, we released a replacement solution for Casi system over 11 years ago, back in 2012. Recently, another well-known manufacturer of Casi replacement boards has announced the end of life for their panels. This leaves customers in a similar situation to what they had encountered 12 years ago. However, we are happy to say that AMAG still offers our Casi replacement solution and will continue to do so in the future. Could you move to the next slide, please? All right, so there's several challenges customers face when they have to migrate away from Casi. The end-of-life status means there's no support, and the technology is old, and that leads to security concerns. Also, with other manufacturers discontinuing their replacement panels, if a customer had invested in that other solution, they may also encounter support and supply issues as well. In addition to that, when making a move, customers need a smooth transition from the old system to the new. So, what options do you have? Who can you turn to and trust? And where do you begin? Next slide, please. Well, that is where AMAG Symmetry comes in. AMAG was the first to market, the first with experience in Casi retrofit solution. We've converted over 150,000 readers to Symmetry from Casi. The Symmetry solution is powerful, flexible, feature-rich, and cost-effective. This means less risk and minimized downtime. Next slide. So how do we do it? It's pretty simple. You just change out the boards. You maintain the existing reader and wiring infrastructure, including support of F2F reader communications, the Wiegand interface unit, the microreader junction box. You maintain the existing badges, maintain the existing enclosures, including Rev A and C backplanes. And Symmetry SR supports the downstream micros. It's easy, it's cost effective, with minimal labor and system downtime, meaning it's the lowest risk option. Next slide. All right, so the Symmetry SR DBU is a robust panel that offers a pin-for-pin replacement for the Casi Rusco Micro 5 and M3000 panels. It has onboard 10100 Ethernet, switchable AES encryption. It handles downstream communications, can accommodate up to 200,000 cardholders and 16,000 transactions on board. It allows for 16 readers per enclosure and 64 auxiliary inputs per CPU. Next slide. In addition to the SRDBU panel, AMAG offers a full suite of SR controllers to replace the Casi Rusco panels. This includes the SR2000, which is a 4-door pin-for-pin replacement of the M2000. Here's a snapshot of all the different SR controllers and enclosures available. As you see, it's a large offering. Next slide. We also have created a matrix that makes it easy to highlight and map what each Symmetry SR panel replaces in the Casi system. This is a useful tool when you are trying to figure out how to best replace the Casi system. So it's right here on the screen, and we can certainly share that with you in person as well. All right, so I'm done, and I'm going to now pass it over to Scott Preshern, who will cover the Casi Rusco process.
All right, thanks, Jody, and hello, everyone. To complement your hardware conversion, professional services can also assist on the software side. Next slide, please. So our team has developed processes and software migration tools to dramatically reduce the effort in modernizing. And we handle conversions from Secure Perfect and Picture Perfect and FC Linux, where each of those has their own quirks and differences. An important thing to know about this is that our goal is not just a direct conversion and then walking away. Instead, we want our customers to end up with a Symmetry system that's organized to serve them well into the future. So your first step is to have our application engineering team fully catalog the existing system, also including external integrations with other software, which is often human resources systems or similar to that. Next slide, please. So once professional services takes on the project, we analyze the actual data on a separate internal system that we then share with the customer. We do a series of dry runs and directly show the customer what their actual end result will look like. That's with reports and also live interaction with that sample Symmetry environment, so they can make strong decisions on parts of the conversion and how it will work best for them. And if necessary, and often, that goes through multiple rounds, so they get used to how their new system will work. So changing an important system like access control can be understandably scary to customers. So we guide them through those decisions with best practices from our experience and, again, tailored to them. Next slide, please. Some very basic data really is the same between the systems, and it's just different terminology. So, for example, a person becomes a cardholder identity in Symmetry, and a badge becomes a card. But after that, the systems are just fundamentally different. So, like how access is assigned, for example, or how inputs and outputs are organized. So again, we step you through it to ensure that everyone's clear on the new Symmetry system and how it works. That's also in conjunction with formal training from our training department, but here it's working with our professional services engineers on the customer's actual data so they're familiar with it and they know what they're in fact looking at. So ultimately, we look forward to working with you on your next Casi conversion project. Our process gives us a lot of confidence in the approach, and we really take pride in making what's otherwise a difficult transition into a step-by-step plan for success for them. So now I'll pass it along to Kim for the marketing update.
Thanks, Scott. And thanks, Jody. Appreciate great presentations there. So much to unpack and learn. So as a reminder, if you have any questions, please type them in the Q&A box. Next slide, please. So if you would like to learn more about the Symmetry SR series, please head on over to our website, amag.com, and check out our white paper called Migrating to Symmetry SR. This white paper really tells the whole story and explains the migration process. We also have a brochure and datasheet that you can review and download as well. And of course, this webinar will be uploaded to our YouTube channel within the next 24 hours or so. So if you'd like, you can share it with your colleagues or your customers if they are interested in migration. I also encourage you to contact your salesperson to set up a demo as well. So let's see if we have any questions. I do not see any questions at this time. All right. Well, thank you then to Jody and Scott for presenting on today's webinar. I hope you guys come back soon. And thank you to Jamie, who is making sure that everything runs smoothly behind the scenes. If you have any questions about Symmetry, please reach out to your local AMAG sales representative and we can set up a meeting with you. As always, the full webinar and previous webinars are on our YouTube channel. The address is right there on the slide. As soon as we end this webinar, a short survey will pop up in your browser. Please take a moment to fill that out so we can make sure that we are always delivering the best information to you. Thanks for joining us today, and we hope that you will join us on our next webinar on August 15th. Watch your inbox for details. Thanks again.